Hi everybody, we're super excited for our Halloween special today. We're doing magical resin effects, which is going to be super fun and cool. My mom created some really cool effects with the iridescent and dragonfly wing. They come out super pretty, and the best thing about it is they're not just great for this Halloween season, they also will be really perfect for our upcoming winter season as well, just because the colors work really well for both of them. So that is what is on the docket for today. I'll give you a couple of design tips and tricks for the kit today as well. And that's basically it. We're just gonna have a lot of fun with the resin today.
Who's popping on, Sawyer?
Oh, let's see. I was too distracted by Ainsley's makeup.
What do you guys think?
I gotta pull up my phone.
Right.
Oh, Peggy said, Ain's looking wicked. Thank you, Peggy.
Oh, it's so wicked. Oh my goodness.
What is everyone's favorite go-to Halloween look? I'm curious.
Yeah, like the go-to costume or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Taya's really good. Taya's really good at special effects, like makeup with wounds and stuff. So we usually use some zombies or something.
Zombies are good.
Right,
But
yeah.
but we'll see if we do it this year. But
We gotta follow a shark costume, and that we're gonna dress him in. It's like a nice.
Wait, shark attack.
Wait.
And we were gonna do
You should have done Aquaman.
Oh yeah, I mean I could have done that. I guess.
I mean, seriously. But what was your
Yeah,
idea?
we were gonna put shark bites all over us or something.
Oh,
and just
cute.
And we
Since
just
you're- Since the wounds, right?
yeah. And I mean, doesn't quite have teeth yet, but
His
would love
costume
to bite
teeth,
people.
right?
Yep.
Yes.
That works.
Lynn said clowns.
Ooh, clowns. Those
That
are
would be
yeah.
really
scary.
fun. That'd be fun makeup to do though.
Yeah, it would be.
Clown
Especially if
makeup.
it's like a disturbed one.
Or
Oh, yeah.
jester makeup as well.
Oh, Jester makeup's pretty cool.
My go-to
Not
is
quite clown.
very much vampires. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
easy,
vampires.
Right? You get a pair of teeth, and then you do
You're good with your skin
you
tone.
can even use regular makeup to do the effect as
Yeah.
well.
yes, absolutely.
Don't really need to buy anything.
Except for the teeth, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, I
You-
saw this thing
You
where
can just file them.
it was like when your parents are dentists and they made them 3D molded teeth
No way.
that just fit on
That were, really, really
Invisalign
good
done. Yeah.
vampire
and then
teeth.
That
That's
would
cool.
be
crazy.
awesome.
That'd be so cool.
Because I think the hardest part of that is just keeping those dang fake teeth in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are really uncomfortable.
Yes, they are.
Because they're
Usually too
yeah.
small because they're made for children.
Yeah. But they probably snap into your teeth
They do have the ones that I did that one year where you put it on your tooth. It's you just get they're singular teeth that go on there, and they have a little tacky stuff on it.
Aren't there some that can retract too?
What?
I'm pretty sure there's retractable vampire teeth you can get.
Really, that's crazy.
Where it's you do set them on the teeth, but then
they have a spring or something.
yeah, there's some sort of spring mechanism or whatever that you can flip it down and up.
That's cool.
That would be pretty cool. Invest into it or look into it for sure. Renee says, "Vampy girl."
She did promise to
Ellen's
deliver on the makeup
wondering
look
what
today.
happened with Mackie the other day.
Oh, she's good, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah,
was just sick.
Yeah, so Mackie was just sick, but a lot of her symptoms were in line with preeclampsia, but she is not going through that. Luckily.
Which is good. So she just will have another. How much longer?
Less than 2 weeks.
2 weeks now?
Yeah.
Wow. So not much longer, guys, and there will be another little baby.
Yeah, seriously.
It's just super exciting.
Yeah, it would be kind of crazy, not gonna lie.
Okay, I think we've had enough time to populate everybody in here. I have the full day loot at the top right now, which includes our silk and cord kit, our day kit, our design mix, and does it include this?
Yeah,
This
everything
earring
that
kit?
everything that
Yes.
we give that
Yep.
we're giving this week.
So everything besides the paint kit, right? And
Yep.
resin kit?
Yep.
All right. So that is up there. We're just going to go through the products really quickly. So first I'm just going to populate our Magical Resin Effects kit. So today we have our dragonfly wing and literally every single iridescent. So iridescent
Yeah.
blue, iridescent aqua, iridescent violet, iridescent peach, iridescent gold, iridescent green. Have I said iridescent enough?
No, say it one more time.
Iridescent.
Perfect. Perfect.
She's got an expert at saying that word. Wouldn't it be bad if you couldn't pronounce iridescent and you had to say it that many times?
Iridescent.
Yeah, for real.
We
Okay.
would probably have somebody helping out with a nice pronunciation.
And this kit
Oh, yeah.
does
That would be
also
so nice.
include the resin with this paint kit. So that's also in there as well. So that's the first.
Wait, what
thing.
was the paint again? Beetle wing?
Oh, it's dragonfly wing.
Or
Dragonfly
dragonfly wing. Okay.
So that one is actually a 2-color shift paint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like purple to blue.
Nice.
Okay, now I'm gonna pop up our 6 earrings. As this necklace runs away.
Do you want some help moving those over? You good?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So we have our 6 earring kit right here. We have all of these really great pieces. These have these really gorgeous branches and this hammered look. And then do you know what paint kit was used for this?
It would have been the one from today. So it just looks so dynamic because
Wow, that's crazy.
it's the iridescent over the art metal.
You're
So-
you're
so
right,
it's
because this would be
blue.
iridescent blue, iridescent peach. This looks like we have dragonfly wing and gold here. The iridescent green here, iridescent peach. And then this piece here and this piece here already come with paint on them, right then? The branch and this chain piece with the green.
The not the branch, but the chain piece. Yes.
Okay, so does this have like dragonfly wing and iridescent aqua then? Is
Yeah,
what my
I would
guess would
imagine.
be.
Yeah.
So we have all these really great earring pairs. These are larger earrings, but we don't do super heavy because none of us want to have our earlobes pulled super long on. So they're super lightweight as well. I'll just show you for like size comparison up close. So we're looking. So very, very long. There's that first pair. The gorgeous Swarovski moons in it. This one.
So pretty. And that could really go fall or winter, like you were saying before, because if
Yes.
you go on the lighter side of the iridescence, because then it can look very frosty as well.
This one's super pretty. I really like that line.
They're a great scale too.
This one's especially light, even though it's very long. This one, which is so pretty. I love all those layers here that we have going on.
Debbie, these don't come painted already, but if you want to know the colors, they match up with the set that we're using today. So these aren't pre-painted.
And then last but not least, this gorgeous pair. And I'm going to note really quickly this piece on the top. This piece here was originally had the same thing, but flipped over. So all you have to do that is you're going to bend the piece. We've showed this on live before. We bend it and then it will break off, and then we file the edges so that it isn't rough to touch and accidentally scrapes you.
Peggy, it just got me thinking, because Peggy was saying, for the life of me, I can't get my oldest granddaughters to wear long dangly earrings. These could also be pendants.
Yes.
They could be bracelet sections. Really, you could do whatever you want with this kit and use kind of the design inspiration to springboard into complementary design. Like,
Absolutely.
I was just looking at this kind of starburst earring and thinking what a pretty choker that would make. If that was like the flower in the center and then those connectors off the side.
Right, yeah, that'd be super cute.
Okay, what would you like to pop up next? Or you got it. Man, you're right ahead of me, girl.
As we shift our stuff around, right now we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 different products on screen. I'm going to go through each of them. So first we have this Amethyst Forever Fiber Inspiration Mix. Some leather cord here, super great color.
And if you want the lengths on those, they're all listed on the live shop in the description if you
The
want to know how
silk.
many feet for each.
And then we have more silk, this gorgeous purple color, and these ones as well.
Those are really good fall colors.
Is really great.
Royal purple is my favorite fall color.
It's a very bold color. I feel like you don't really see it that often.
Yeah.
Because people don't usually wear like.
It's hard to do. It's hard.
My Yes.
favorite color.
It's hard to make. It's what?
My least favorite color.
You don't like royal purple? It's my
Purple?
second
It has
favorite
to be
color
with-
ever.
Light burgundy.
Yeah.
It
I can
has
see
some
that.
reddish
I like
undertones.
it in
Yeah.
jewelry, or
Yeah,
accents,
jewelry.
but not
jewelry
like as a sweater.
Jewelry
Yeah,
not
yeah,
those.
Yeah. Well,
It's too bold.
Most people can't wear that. Like
So
Xavi.
bold.
Xavi, that's his season, so it would work. But like most people's season, it's just too
Yeah.
overpowering
I
for
just
their
don't like the
complexion.
colors in general.
As
Big.
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
very, very
small
bold.
and accents is pretty.
Yeah. So Ainsley, tell us about what's special about this kit as far as it being a two-way kit.
Yeah, I was gonna get there after I
Yeah.
change the products, so just give me 1 second.
Sure.
I have the Enchantress's Secret 2-way kit popped up now. So as we can see here, I have a bracelet, a necklace, and earrings. So this is just one way you can use all the components in here. And also just to note, if you do have a resin mold, you can very easily swap out this centerpiece here, or you can paint this centerpiece here to make it look slightly different. I would definitely want to put this here because that would be so magical. So this is the first way that you can make this. I am wearing the second way you can make this. So this is a lot more involved this way for this necklace. Because we have this silk here and we have this same pendant, but this is in a choker and it has a lot of extra chain and details. So I'll pull this off and show you this as well.
Do you want a hand with that? Are you good?
Got it.
Ames is a pro.
Did you show everybody your Halloween manicure?
Oh yeah, you gotta flex the nails.
They can see it as I move things around. So
Lynn says she likes
very
how you
similar
rolled
to the
the
bracelet.
flower piece.
Thank you. And then this has some great tiered chain here. These pieces here. And then I did this cool little like the silk was going in and out, weaving through. I'll show you how that's connected here. So after I weaved it through, I added the crimp ends, and then I put them in through this large jump ring here, just to keep it in place. Lots and lots of hole punches in this one, or if you do this version of it. Essentially what I would say for tips and tricks is once you do one of yours, one side of yours, do another one, just layered. See how this is layered? So I would hole punch, hole punch, hole punch, and then I add the layer, which these two are stuck together. Okay, so have my first piece, and I would hole punch, hole punch. Don't do the other side yet. Layer it, line it up, and go with the hole punches that you did.
So
Then
use it as a template.
yes, you're using it as a template, then flip it and finish the other piece, and then flip it again, and then do the other side. So you don't need to line it up every single time. It can be difficult to do that as well, because you could, once you have it in the right spot, it's easier to just use the template to keep it, because you have to be really precise so that you're not clipping off to the edge. As for other things as well for construction, this piece here has some chain. They just have some like JR 20s, it looks like. And then we just put this piece through here, which is our eye pin, and we just hook it through, put the chain through, hook it all the way around, and then wrap it back up. Sorry, my hand's off screen. So hook it in and up, put the chain in and down, put it through the other side, up and around. And then the most tricky part actually would be from this necklace here. So we have this chain bit here, right? And for this piece, you need to be able to get this crystal to be able to dangle down. So from the center piece of this chain, you're going to actually add, so you'll take your chain and you're gonna add 2 jump rings. Once you add the 2 jump rings, you're going to push it through so that you can see it right here in this gap. So it'll be like one of these gaps here. You're gonna have it poking through, and then you add another one, and then you can hang it down from there. It's a bit tricky to do, but definitely very possible.
Are you gonna show the roll?
Yeah, I will show the roll in just a second. Okay.
Peggy is asking, does this require a screw down hole punch?
No. This one I just used a regular one. So as long, if you're not super great at getting it lined up, then I would do the screw down hole punch just in case, because if you shift even a little bit, you could be off the edge, because it is very precise, like I said earlier. So you might want to use a screw down hole punch, but it's definitely not required.
I find it easier to line up the non-screw down one. I have a
Yeah.
hard time getting it centered when I use the screw down. So
Yeah.
the stamping is thin enough that you can use the standard punch, which I prefer because it's faster.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so for this piece here, it's very easy to do. We're just going to be looking at these lines of where the flowers meet. And I'm going to hold this and bend here. We're making a triangle. Now we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to use 2 pliers just so I can keep it stable. And I'm going to flip it around so I can even it out. So right now we kind of have this like square shape going. I'm just gonna pinch it in from both sides so I can get more of that triangle shape. And then I'm gonna fold this last side down and over.
Arlene said she found a couple of our old flyers. Those had to have been from
Oh geez.
the early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s, maybe 2009 or
Yeah,
earlier.
8 or 9.
When
Yeah,
we used to
that's-
do print flyers, like we used to do a flyer that said, take this to your bead store and ask them to carry our product. Literally.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
It was like an ad, so we were
Mhm.
like, that's how we distributed in the beginning, which was funny.
So I'm just pulling down slowly and then pinching these together as I go.
Don't say that. It's all the. We're right there with you.
And now we have our triangle. It's pretty easy, a lot easier when you can hold it close to yourself because you can see it a little bit better, but yeah, that's how you do that. All right.
Awesome sauce.
Now we also have a few more things today. And the upscale is what has the settings.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, they are in here, which we'll probably want
Yes.
to dump one out. So you can show the whole tray first though.
Oh yeah.
Make it pretty.
So here's the whole tray for this Enchantress's upscale.
And you have that swapped out already?
Yes.
Okay. So these are the example pieces and you're wearing 1, 2 on your finger, right?
Do we know the millimeters of these? Sizing?
You
of
know what?
these
I
tabs?
plan to grab a caliper. Sawyer, if you wouldn't mind finding one. Otherwise, we can use a ruler. So yeah, the settings for these cabs, and we'll let you know what size they are, will come in this design mix. Oh, hoarded stuff. I am actually wearing today, if you want to flop over your screen, speaking of hoarded stuff, this is an original pre-vintage Wendy design. So we used to give each other jewelry back in the day, mostly Wendy giving to me because she loves to share. But this is a vintage piece, so I thought I would, bring it full circle and wear this today. Very vampy.
I'm gonna lay this out for you guys here. Now that you've seen this, do we have a bead mat?
Right here, but I think we're gonna be
I don't want it
demoing
to
with,
roll, so I'm not gonna put it
Yeah.
on that.
so we'll just swap these out. Thanks, Peggy. Compliments go to Wendy, because I'm sure she's the one that made this one. This stone that's in here is difficult to wrap too. It's really thick pillow stone. Lynn, these are resin, which we're going to be showing you how to create today. Looks like we have a ruler, so we'll be able to measure what size goes in those when we get to that point.
So we have these moon blanks that were filled, the resin. This gorgeous setting here, super fun, fits into here. Obviously you don't have to use it. You can do the other version, which is the resin version as well.
Are you on the right screen?
Oh, I forgot to change it.
I don't, either
Yeah.
our calipers that we have are out of batteries, or
Oh, okay.
I can't find them.
Well, we'll use the ruler. I did find a ruler. We've got a nice stash of them. Somebody stocked us up on, so.
Oh yeah, cool.
Okay, anyway, let me restart since I forgot to change the screen. These two moons that have the cute little resin detail in the stars with some dragonfly wing. Then we have this setting in stone, which is super gorgeous. Obviously, you can do the resin version as well if you have a mold for it. Then we have this setting for if you have a mold to put into it.
Yeah, and then Wendy showed
These.
how to put iridescent over that stone, and it is out of this world.
Yes. And then we have this gorgeous moon piece here. Moon stud earrings. These heart blanks. This finished chain. This Swarovski piece. Super pretty. Same with this Swarovski piece as well. We love this one. And then all these little bits and beads here. It looks like we have some check glass, vintage, and then we have this, looks like these are vintage beads as well. And then 2 rings in here, which will show you how to adjust these and make it just to your size using this cool technique with the resin. And you get to have this cool center focal on it, instead of it just being plain. But if you want to wear it plain, you can very easily. It is adjustable. Then we have this, also this copper little drop here as well. So lots of pretty little beads, little sparkles. All these pieces translate super well when you are actually doing the resin and the paints. They're super pretty. Okay, I think I've talked enough now. I'm just gonna leave the full day loot up here for you guys, and we're gonna hop straight in for the best part of today, which is doing the actual resin effects. And let me get you, before we forget, those dimensions for the actual cabs. And you used this one, right? Or which
So
one did you
the
use?
easiest way I find to figure out which one I did is by actually popping the stone in it, which it looks like it's that one. But this is
No,
basically
it wouldn't fit in that one if it
it's
was it.
basically
It's this one for
25
sure.
by 18. And you can also show because a few different sizes will fit in these,
This is 2.5 centimeters.
but do give them in millimeters.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to translate that. I don't know how to translate that right now. My
Okay, so
brain's
5 half.
25 millimeters.
Yeah, 20, but do it under the camera.
Yes, tens.
Yep, because it's in
Super
10,
easy,
so
actually.
it's if 2 little.
Right. So I
Yes.
would have had it right because 25.
Mhm.
You just move
Yep.
the decimal.
So it's basically 25 by 18.
So 25, and then. Yeah, you're right. 18, and then we also have. It would be this one, which is a diameter of like 26, roughly.
So probably around a 25 millimeter cap shape. But this mold is available at Hobby Lobby. You can get the whole multi thing done, or a few of you might already have it.
Okay. I do need this mold though, so I don't know why I'm putting it over there.
Distraction.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna pop in next to you.
So, first things first, main things we need are mold, a resin, and a resin light. Unless you want to wait a very, very long time for this process to get your finished piece, which you can do that if you just leave it out in the sunlight. That will work as well. But I am not that patient.
So there's 2 of those mold wells, correct? That in that size. So let's fill both of them all the way up.
And then I'm just going to bring this a little closer.
Sawyer, if you want to shout out any questions that people have,
Oh yeah.
just because I'm going to be helping guide Ainsley through this.
Yep. I'm just making sure that we don't oversell editing quantities. But
Perfect.
Pretty popular today.
Alright, so we're just going to fill this guy up. Don't even mind if there's bubbles in there because it makes it even cooler.
So you're going to go like maybe 75% full on this. And if you, you can also, on the live shop, we have a set that is the resin, the mat, the brushes.
Yes.
So if you already have the paints, but you need to pick those up, we have that on the live shop as well. Or
So
like a multi-pack.
I'm going to cure these now.
And I would do those for, yeah, like 120. Then just put it fully solidly under there. And then you can show them this cab while we're waiting and show them kind of some of the dimension. You guys are gonna die when you see how easy this particular one is to do. You're gonna be like, no way.
Janet was asking what the number of the
Oh, I think
last
accidentally.
grouping with the roll triangle was, the last product.
Oh, the
Cart
the
number?
kit?
Yeah, what's the cart number for that kit?
For the 2-way?
Yeah, just whatever you did the roll triangle on.
Yeah.
You should be
So that is cart 104.
Alright, I will type that in for her.
Oh, did we have, you updated the quantity on that one, right?
Yes, I've
Yeah.
been updating the quantities.
I mean, sorry, like this morning.
Yep,
Yeah, okay. Because originally I think I only had a dozen in there.
yep, I updated that.
Okay,
We would
awesome.
have sold out, I think.
Okay.
Kinda crazy.
Yeah. Because we could probably do a couple more of those if we need to. Okay, so you showed them that. Do you want to
Yes.
show them the underside of it while we're talking about it?
This is where all the magic happened.
Right. It's in the background layer. So you're probably thinking, why are we not doing any layers in between? But this one, this particular one is just like a 3-step process. So it's pretty easy breezy. Start you off with a super easy one.
Also makes it easier to cure it.
Yes.
Because if you were to mix the paints in with the resin, which you can do, it just takes longer to cure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we'll be showing this one. I'll probably pop in to do this one so that you don't get super frustrated. That'll be this this version will be the more complicated one, like bonus complicated technique. So after we do these 2 cabs, we'll show you how to do that one.
Okay.
So is that cured? Just tap on it with your nail. I always tap on it with something that's not gonna leave a fingerprint, just to see if it's cured. Is it good?
Yeah, it's cured.
Okay. All right. So now we can leave these right in the mold, and just go ahead and scooch your light off there so they can get a really good up close view of these. And I would say put it about like halfway in your viewfinder so that right to the side of it, you can put out every single one of your iridescents on your mat. Just a little dot of all of them.
Iridescent gold.
I am so in love with all of these new iridescent colors. They've got to be everything I use, everything I've been making lately incorporates at least one of these.
Peggy said, I learned that if you make resin chimes or deco pieces that you have to be careful where you set them.
Ooh.
If the sun hits the
This
piece,
one's a fun bottle.
if the sun hits the piece,
Somebody stumped him.
Wait.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Peggy was saying she found out, maybe the hard way, I don't know.
Yeah.
She'll have to say, but if you make like resin chimes or something, if you put it in the wrong place,
Uh-huh.
it'll start a fire.
Like if you put them in the window.
Yeah, like I don't know if she set like
Oh.
something on
Does it, like,
fire
reflect
because of
it?
That'd be kind of funny.
Interesting.
As
Or
long
like
as it didn't burn down
magnifying
your
it,
house.
or very interesting.
Oh, so close to getting through all of them. Our
That's 'cause
bunkers.
most of them are. Wait, who was that tip?
We use that tips.
All the time.
Yes, we've
Show 'em
had
on
we've
screen
had
again.
the
Show
same
'em us
one.
on screen again. Whoever said to put a ribbon on the end of it. Genius.
Thank you.
So what's everybody's favorite iridescent color? Can you pick one? Do you love them all? Do you have a favorite? I'm curious.
Gold or green, for me.
That seems on brand for you. Yeah.
I really like the iridescent.
Peach. Iridescent peach.
Oh yeah, peach is crazy. I'm actually using iridescent peach in the masterclass tomorrow.
Ooh.
Which of these brushes
Wait,
did you use?
so you're doing it on Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was I thinking I had to do it tomorrow? Oh, thank goodness.
I mean, I think.
You're
At
right.
least
Yeah,
No, it would
you're right.
be
You are right.
Because I'm right after mom, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I have all these dropped out, and then are we just gonna do little, just
So yeah, just section them out
Yeah.
and slightly model. So you could kind of use this if you want to look at it, but don't brush it. Just dab it in like little sections.
okay.
So don't actually brush. You're just gonna deposit a little bit in small circles. So think about making polka dots on the back first, and deposit a decent amount of the color all around. So I'll have you do one and I'll do one, since we're doing two.
Renee has a question about, I don't know if you know the answer. I'm trying to think of what it is. She asked, do you know what this shop pay thing is in the live shop? I
Oh.
will check out as a guest to get to the PayPal option.
Yeah, it's just a way for people to spread out their payments. You don't have to do it. It's just an option.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something that Shopify provides.
Okay. She said she had to check out as a guest to get to PayPal. Is that normal? Is that like?
I'm not sure. That's kind of above my pay
Yeah.
grade.
Yeah.
When it comes to like payment methods, that's a
Yeah.
Doug question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that either.
Above my expertise. Like I've become pretty good with Shopify, but there's still some things that it takes a minute to figure out.
Oh yeah.
Because it's kind of like an off the shelf kind of product, and then you modify it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Corian is saying, have Jane talk about the warehouse daily specials.
Oh yes. So something new, which I didn't realize Corian was going to start them already, because otherwise we would have made a really grand announcement on here for you guys. But I saw a couple of them sneak in already. But what Corian is going to be doing is every day on the live shop, or I'm not sure if it's every weekday, maybe she can clarify that. But there's going to be a daily deal that there's very limited quantities of, like 10 or less maybe. And she's got, just a few smattering of pieces left that she's clearing through. and those are going to be available on the live shop. Right now you can find them under the warehouse tab. We'll probably be featuring them on the homepage, but look for more announcements on that and check out the website because we're going to be having new things on there every day, and that's the live
Every
shop.
weekday, Corey said.
Yeah, okay, so
Every-
every weekday. So Monday through Friday, every weekday, go to vintageliveshop.com to see special deals. Okay, so you've got yours done. I'm gonna flop with you and do mine, and then we can see how those turn out. Ooh, I like yours. That's really pretty. That one's gonna, I think, be better than the one I made originally. Getting all like meditative here. You could.
Coloring book.
I know, it's so like mesmerizing. You could just get and then I'm just gonna blend. So I've got enough color on here and I don't want it to take forever to dry. So I'm just gonna model these together. And probably what we'll do is move back and forth between projects. Hopefully it doesn't confuse you too much, but I always like to take advantage of cure time and dry time at the same time when I'm working. So like I would do a whole, group of these at the same time. So we're gonna let these dry completely. Look at how pretty that already looks. So we'll let these dry before topping it with another coat of resin. But we don't want this to seep up into the resin, so I'm just gonna let those completely dry. While we're doing that, you said which well was the right one? Is it these two? Is that the right one?
No, I think it's the other one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So while we're doing that, I'm going to fill these two, while we're letting that dry, with resin so that we can make the most of our time. So this, I'm gonna be doing this one next, okay, which is a really dynamic, little bit more complicated version, a little bit more advanced. So you'll come out with a real simple one and a little more complicated one once we're done. Just popping any of the larger bubbles. I don't mind some of the tiny ones, but I don't want any of the bigger ones. So I'm gonna cure that first layer. Don't mind while I turn it on and off like 10 times. So I will just explain this piece here, this pair while we're waiting, since I don't like to keep, I don't like to sit there silent, not having something that I'm talking about. See if I can get it to balance. Woo. So this pair was pretty easy to create. I just put on the back a piece of tape, so you could use washi tape or resin tape I used in this instance. These don't come hammered, so I actually put the hammer texture in them, and then I taped the front of it because I wanted it to be really flush and I wanted it to have just like this window. And so I taped the front and then turned it over, and then I took like the fine tip brush and you just kind of paint the little bit of resin in there and cure it, resin only. And then I topped it with dragonfly wing. So it's just painted directly on the top to get that fun kind of peekaboo moment that you get from this design mix piece. So, and actually, Wendy came out of retirement to do this design mix this week. I did a few of the first pieces, like the ring and the moons, and then she finished it. So it's extra special. Okay, let me just check. Okay, we're cured on there.
Carrie's asking how long to cure the resin before painting.
So it depends on the thickness. Like this one is, this one I probably did about 60 seconds. Cause it was like 160 that I put on there and it had about 95 left.
Yeah.
So if it's really thick, I would go, like when we did these cabs here, I would do, like a minute or like 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes,
Yeah.
basically,
I
before I
just
did
like
those. And then this one I did about a minute because it's not super thick.
I usually just put it down for 120
Yeah.
and walk away.
Yeah, right? Go do something else. Or like I swap to another task, like doing jump
Yeah.
rings or something else. So now we've got that in there. This is solid. This is forming the top of our cab. I'm going to take another thin layer of resin in these two. And then I'm going to take the tiniest bit of our iridescent colors and just let them kind of bloom in there. So when you just touch that, you see how it spreads out. Then it becomes like not super concentrated. So it's not gonna really interfere with the curing very much because there's not a lot in there. So just the teensiest bit. And you can see how this can really make it very magic. So I'm going to cure that again for probably 60 seconds. Is there a way to see what I've ordered on the live shop? Interesting. I'm not sure. I'll have to
Just
see if there's
email receipt, right? Like,
yeah, yes. I mean, on
I'm
our,
not sure about, like,
on the
if there's anything.
Vintaj, main Vintaj shop, we have a way to do that. But we could probably look and see if there's a way we could add order history to this shop.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be helpful for sure.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time getting this far enough away, but I don't really want to change it. How long do you cure before also? Oh, awesome. So Vintage stashes will be coming out soon. Awesome. And then Corian has the warehouse sale going this week, at the end of this week. Maybe she can fill us in on what that's going to look like. She can fill us in, and then Sawyer, you can, again, another thin layer. So what we're doing is just building up some of these kind of magical effects in here, just layer by layer. So as you can see, this original one, when you turn it, there's a lot of dimension to it. This example one, and you can see kind of this spiky pattern. That's from the resin, the paint curing at a different time of the resin. It's kind of cool. So we did another little layer, and I'm gonna put some more layers of iridescent in here. Ainsley, didn't make your pools big enough. They're all gone.
You said small.
I know. Everybody has different definition of small. My small pool is like half the bottle. Not really, but it's like it's bigger. It's funny.
I like big pools. Just 'cause, I don't know, it's easy. It's easy to...
I mean, if you're in a small pool, then you just wouldn't fit inside of it.
So since these are thin layers, I'm just doing like 60 seconds in between each layer. So hopefully you guys don't get too bored with my yapping
Never.
in the interim. Okay, so Corian says crystals, plated blanks, chain, etc. Ooh. Okay, Lynn says this is so cool. Love the look. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Lynn. Peggy's asking when last week's kit will be hitting the post office.
Today.
So Sawyer said
Maybe
those
today.
are shipping out today.
Yesterday's normally our shipping day, but we were moving a bunch of stuff for my mom.
Awesome. Got to take care of your mama, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were moving her office.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like,
I mean, it's kind of, yes.
yeah.
But nobody wants to move a bunch of stuff on their own. Goodness.
Oh, yeah, seriously. And it's heavy. She has so many like heavy things. Just jewelry tests that are like full dressers.
So I usually just test with my fingernail, how's this feeling as I'm going along. And really, the reason we can do this quickly with the resin being added in is because I'm using just the tiniest bit on there. So we'll do one more layer of this, and really these silicone brushes are the very best for doing this. You can also use, if you don't have one and you want to get rolling right away and you don't have any silicone brushes, you could use the head of a head pen or an eye pen would work.
For the back of your brush.
Yep, but it's not like, it's hard to pick up a little tiny bit. You can see as this little pile over here that I'm using is kind of drying out. It goes in a little bit chunkier, so I'm going to focus on using the ones that are more liquidy so that they'll bloom a little bit better. Then we'll be ready after I cure this to do, is that set for 60 seconds, to do the backing. So I think what I'm gonna do is to do two different versions. We'll do this blue version, which is using the dragonfly wing on the back. And then we'll do one that has more of a concentrated iridescent color on the back, just to get a different feel. Yeah, it is amazing, Debbie. Oh, awesome, Renee. Looks like Renee already found the Warehouse Daily Special. And she said she bought one so fast, then I thought about it and had to get a second one. Is there a certain time of day you'll be dropping these? Yes, for sure. Lucine, these little pieces of resin or paint that dry on the sheet, you could scrape these up and use them as flake. So like let those all dry up and then scrape them up and chop them up and make confetti. So that's really great. I'm gonna do, just to separate this last layer, I'm gonna do a layer with no color, cure that, and then we'll be ready to do the next steps for cab number 1. Which I think while that's curing, I'm just gonna top. So all I'm doing right now is putting one more last layer of resin because our other cabs have dried. I'm gonna fill the cab all the way to the top off screen so we can make the most of your time here.
Is it warm enough for you guys over there?
Yeah,
Like, is it really
it's
nice?
great. Yes, it's keeping my feet nice and toasty,
want-
which I love.
I didn't want to keep it like as loud enough that people could hear it. but
Right? No, it's
just loud
perfect.
enough to keep you warm.
So, like in the spirit of today, I said I was wearing this vintage piece, and then Wendy actually, look at this ring that she gifted me. Like a day before my birthday. This one and this one. So pretty. Okay, so I got that. I'm gonna turn this around. So what I did is I just filled these to the top. And I think I need a little bit more actually to get it to go level. It can be kind of hard to tell with the clear layers. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cure that again. So this is the final cure, so I'm probably gonna do a minute 20 on that. Okay, so Corian said usually they'll be dropped between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., mostly around 11. And I'm guessing that's 11 Central. You know what I can do is actually, yeah, I know the, I was showing you the rings and it was blurry because it was too close. But I'll give you a better view. Just by pushing that off. While that's curing, I can show you this one. I just topped it off because when I brought it closer to me, I could see that there were a few little voids near the edge. So we'll want to do that. So once the ovals are done curing, we'll be able to pop those out and see what those look like. We'll compare them to the original one that we did. Do you want to grab me an extra one of these?
What thing is that?
It's
The oval. This
There's one right there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Never mind.
I was like, I swore I got 2 of those out.
I was so on top of that. I was gonna run.
Okay, so let's see how these are. Those look pretty good. I'm gonna flop this around. Try to be efficient with our time. And we're gonna pop these out. This is like the satisfying part, right? Isn't that crazy? So all we did was clear layer, sandwiched mottled layer, and topped it. And look at that. Crazy, right? So easy, but super dynamic. Peggy, that is
I don't even know what she's referring to.
hilarious.
That is pretty funny as well.
It
Could
is
you imagine?
hilarious. Yeah.
If mom wasn't scared of motorcycles, she'd just.
She wasn't though. Like she
yeah,
would drive like all the
yeah.
quads and stuff.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like street motorcycles, like
Yes.
being an actual biker with
Right?
like,
Oh
chaps
my
and
gosh.
a leather jacket with.
I think we each have, like, because there were 4 boys and 2 girls, there was for sure that influence. And my mom was like, she was determined to keep me ultra feminine, right?
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, even I love ballet, I loved all those things anyway, but she's like girly girl, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I did get a little bit more of that than Wendy, but she's always like loved super feminine things too. Like
Yeah.
kind of an equal balance of both.
Yeah, she was has always been super like sporty and wanting to do
Yeah.
like sports, right? Because I'm not gonna say physical activity because ballet
Yeah.
is extremely.
Oh, it is. Yeah. It's just a
Intense.
different kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's more like a competition on like competitive art form?
So Ainsley and I use different methods, right? But you can see how there's the same kind of feeling. Like her painting pattern was a lot different. So you can really do whatever you want in there and it's just going to turn out beautiful. Okay, one more step for this one. So we'll do the original that I did had a nice layer of dragonfly wing, which, where's our, here it is, tip unclogger. Such a pretty color. And I'm just going to take a little bit more flat brush on this one. And get a nice coating of this on here. Which I think I might actually need a bristle brush set if you wouldn't mind finding me one, because I think I did this bristle brushy. Especially when we get on to doing the ring. It's kind of hard to get it to spread out without one. Yeah, thank you.
Maggie says the girls from Greece, and she doesn't remember what they called themselves.
The pink ladies?
Is that what they called themselves, the pink ladies? In Greece.
I mean, there was the ones that they wore the pink jackets.
Yeah, it was probably yeah. Lucien said pink ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's what it is.
That was like when I was in middle school, that was a really popular Halloween costume.
Oh really? I bet it was.
Let me just see how that's looking pretty good. I'm trying to think. I think I may have done this out of the mold before, but it doesn't matter because it's a silicone mold. It will all come off. All right, so if we want to do the second one kind of an opposite color, would you hand me a piece of paper towel? Let's do maybe some gold, because this is the dragonfly wing is blue and violet basically. So I think we'll do some iridescent gold backing on it, and maybe peach, because then that'll give it a much different feel than the first one. You know, if you do it outside of the mold, then I don't think you're gonna have that where it's thicker on the edges. So you could also back this with like a black color or any kind of solid color. But yeah, I think with this original one, I had it out of the mold, like which we could probably pop that out right now. So it's got that kind of vignette that's going on, but it doesn't really super show up strong in it at the moment. So you can actually take it out and put it back in if you want.
I need to get back before the iPad. Well, the iPad's not gonna die, but we might as well plug a charger in it.
Oh yes, that'd be great.
Hi everybody.
Don't want everybody to be like, lose signal, have to reconnect, right?
Yep. I'm trying to not bump you.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
So if you wanted to, this also is lipped up a little bit here. So if you have a really flat cab and then you just go off the edges, then you're not gonna get more of a concentration of color there. It'll be interesting to see how different the two of these looked. And so with this one, I'm using a really smooth look, and this one's more mottled. So we'll let these dry, and then we'll top them. So do you want me to walk you through this ring, or do you want me to make it?
I can just do it.
You okay? So you don't have to sit by? Okay, so we're gonna let these dry for a minute, and then we'll top them, but I'm gonna have Ainsley swap with me so that she can go through doing the ring. Ooh. Bring down the house.
Being a little klutzier than I expected. All right. So let me show you this ring really quickly. We have this very textured surface here. So first I'm just gonna pool up some resin in the center. And then we'll cure that. And then after that, I'm gonna add all the texture to it. I'm gonna take my silicone brush and spread her out. And add more as I see fit. I'm gonna cure that for now, and I'm really just gonna take the time to build those layers.
So while that's curing, you could show this alternate effect that Wendy did. So if you wanted a non-bumpy version,
This is that non-bumpy version.
so she just did a couple, like dripped a few iridescent colors in there. So you could use them like earrings, because I think this comes with like 3 of those. Yeah, every set comes with 3 of those sections.
Doing another
So
layer
for
of
this, you just put a little, you just put a pile of it off to the side when you're ready to add the bumps. And you can either use your brush to add the bumps, or you can do it directly from the bottle.
Right.
Oh, when I'm shipping, I definitely need to yoink that heater because it is cold out.
Yes. You're like, I'm putting it right on my feet.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Do that. Adjust it to 10 and just let it go.
It reminds me of like the first CHA, we were setting up our booth, the booth design in an unheated garage space.
Oh
And
yeah.
so we had one of those heaters that you would, stand around to get
Yeah.
warm, and I was wearing like snowboarding gloves, and I melted them. Because I was just putting them my hands were so cold, I was just getting so close to the heater that they just absolutely
I've done that
melted my $50 gloves.
I've done that with shoes and campfires before.
Oh my goodness.
Like, because we used to go on campouts when we lived in Utah, like up in the mountains.
Yeah.
And you'd have like your boots on or whatever, and you'd keep your legs by the fire, keep them
Yep.
warm, and it melted the
And they
bottom
get
of
like
them well.
soft, and then
Yeah.
you're like, wait, why can't doesn't the hike home feel very good? Oh, that's looking really cool.
Looks like the
Like kind of
Cure it as quickly as possible.
double boiling trouble, like a
Oh,
cauldron
yeah.
boiling up. That's kind of what this design reminded me of. Is
Yeah,
like
it does
a
look
cauldron.
like that.
looks like a lot of the warehouse daily
Daily deals?
Daily deals, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like they're running out pretty quickly, and Corian's trying to add some more things, but she's
Yeah.
gonna be all
Keep-
out today.
Keep
very
your
soon.
eye out Monday through Friday.
So catch
So,
them early.
and you know, a lot of times we can't.
Also, I don't think we've announced this exactly yet, is we have our flash sale
Oh yeah, we didn't.
tomorrow
We didn't tell them about that. So
on vintage.com.
So we actually are going to be having a flash sale on single color paints. If you buy 5 or more different colors, and it could be
So
even
this will be
5
perfect.
of the same color if you
Yes.
wanted it.
Perfect
Yes.
to fill in the gaps of your collection. So if you're running low on like 5 different colors, there's not a kit of it, then this is the perfect way to stock up
Right.
on that and get that nice discounted price.
And that'll be, I believe, 20% off. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
20% off, which comes out to be $1 off of each.
Yeah. So that's a really good deal. And maybe you just use verdigris a lot, or you use onyx a lot. You could even do 5 of the same single color. So it's not the sets, it's just, and you'll see a graphic coming out and a e-news coming out about that shortly, but it's just like 24 hours. So fun, spooky deal for Halloween.
Just adding more texture as I can. Because it likes to go away some as it sits out.
What is happening, volume?
Is it like too loud for people?
I'm
or?
not sure.
It might just
No.
be on her device though.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Let us know if
Could-
there's any sound issues happening.
Yeah, we'll need to know from someone else if there's sound issues.
Make sure we get this nice and cured.
Isn't it funny, like when you like go quiet, how there's always like a garbage truck or
thing there's
something
not
in the
lawnmowers
background,
anymore.
right?
Yeah, they're not doing lawnmowers anymore.
No. It's about that season, but then there'll be the snow blowers will come out, right? It's always got to be something.
Oh, I hate the lawnmowers. Like at my
Near your
apartment, it's so bad. If I'm working from home in the morning, it's so loud. I'm just gonna add a little bit more texture over here. Just really building.
So I'm noticing as I'm getting ready to add the last layer to these cabs that a little bit of the paint leaked over the edge. And since it's not fully cured yet, I'm cleaning that off. But I would say it's probably going to be better to do the back color step with it out of the mold. That's what I would, that's how I would modify, that's how I originally did it, and that's what I would suggest.
So before you pop it, paint it.
I would pop it out and paint the back and then pop it back in is what I would do. It rather than try to do it inside the mold for this particular one,
Okay.
because it's kind of leaked around the outside, which I don't want. Since it's not like quite dry yet, I'm able to wipe it off, but if that was set,
And this is mostly a blank. It has a little rim to it. I'll show you the piece in a second here.
yeah, it's got some edges to keep
It has
in.
some edges here. Sorry, it's not in focus. It's too close to the camera for the moment. So there's like little, very small rim on this piece. So this whole surface is flat. just gonna test this. It's just nice and hard. I'm gonna flip it over though because I know some of this definitely leaked through. And I just wanna make sure this backside doesn't have any like
It's okay to have
sticky resin on it.
right?
So I'm just gonna put it under there for a short little bit so that we can make sure we're not getting resin on our hands.
Okay, if you want to move the curing thing up screen, then you can fill these level and do the last cure on them. We can finish off these cabs so that they're 100%. You can just move the light.
Or we're just gonna level these guys out like she said.
So this will be the final step for the round cabs.
Just gonna take my silicone brush and spread her out to the edge.
Yes, this piece that we're working on top of is included in the design mix.
Okay. Gonna let these guys cure in there. So here's how this guy is looking. Lots of texture. We just built it up nicely to give it that cool boily look.
Okay, so now, if you just want to slide your curing stuff off screen, you can start painting that guy.
Let me look at it really quick. Where's the forget?
On a finger. So you'll first do a base of the dragonfly wing, and then you'll just add a couple of the other iridescents.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to
for
me.
depth.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn this off for a second so that I can push back. And I can cure more. Then I will be right here. And what kind of brush did you use?
Bristle.
Okay, so we're gonna take our bristle brush and our dragonfly wing.
And then I just kind of modeled it on the top so that it's a decently heavy coat. So instead of brush, just like dab. There you go. That's
Alright,
perfect.
It looks like we have one, either one full day loop or one earring kit or earring set left. Because we have one earring set left, but if someone gets the full loop, the earring set's gone.
Okay.
If you guys want it, you better get it quickly. Do you want to grab
Ooh,
me the
that's
heat gun?
You know what? That's very pretty, and actually, I did do that. I cured before, but even just like that with the gold popping through.
Yeah, it does look really
you could
cool.
leave it just like that. And
It
it would
looks
be
so
so
good on
pretty.
camera too.
Do you know where the heat tool is?
Right there.
Ah, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna hand this to you, and then I'm gonna plug this in behind the camera here. Just pull.
All right, so I'm just gonna keep doing this so that we can get this done faster.
Yeah.
Not
Speed the dry
necessary,
time.
but since we're doing layers, a thicker layer, then we need to do this a lot. Knocking over stuff because it's all right in front of each other.
Oh, that's so true. Peggy says, now I see moon craters.
So I'm going to do another layer. It's fine that it's hot. That's actually going to help it adhere a little bit, especially if it's directly on metal. If we remember our opaque effect, heat actually helps. Right. Some more heating.
And then I think I used green and violet were the two accent colors. And I just like squirted them on.
I was going to do another layer of this so that we can get it over top of these bubbles here. Another heat, and then we'll add our iridescence. You said you did iridescent violet and
Violet and green.
green. Okay. Okay. There it goes.
And just yeah, and then just let it like roll around in there.
Our stumpy green coming out.
I think somebody cut it off because it's easier to get a lot more to come out at a time.
It could have just been the tip was all.
No, I watched Wendy cut it off.
Oh.
So if you're wanting to get more out of the bottle versus precision, then
Wendy amputated it, guys.
and then I would just maybe take your brush to
Yeah, I was gonna just
mm-hmm.
pull those guys together.
Yeah, it is very planetary.
It's running away from me towards my pool that I don't want it to dip into.
You can also, there's kind of quite a bit on there. I would wick some of that up.
I was planning on it,
Yeah.
yeah, because it was gonna take away from our texture.
Because you want to still be able to see that.
Just gonna take the corner of the paper towel and it's gonna suck some of this up here.
You might be a little off screen.
It's moving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very up close. And then there we go. I'll hit it with the heat gun one more time. And did you add any resin over the top of this one?
No. Because it's permanent, like once it's cured, it's not coming off on top of it. Mostly because, you know, with a cab you handle it a lot while it's still curing.
Okay. We're gonna wait a couple seconds for this to cool down because it will be very hot when you hit it with the heat gun. So I don't want to burn my finger.
Zoom out
But,
a little bit and do the reveal on the big cabs.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. And then we'll do the ring portion of this. So, let's pop her out. Here's the first cab. Super awesome flecks of the violet and the blue in there. Bits of gold. As for our second cab, this one totally looks like a moon.
Yeah, doesn't it? So you can see how those little tiny layers add a different kind of depth. We'll show the, you know, the just the backed kind and that. Now, the layered kind take a lot more work. It's just a different look.
Yes.
Oh, you showed the gold one already?
I showed both of them.
Okay.
Let me just gingerly touch it with my finger. Okay, it's not gonna burn my finger off. We're good. I need one of these. So, for this portion, you're just gonna adjust it to your finger first. This happens to be the right size, but if you had a larger finger or a smaller finger, it would not be the right size, so we just adjust it.
Make it your size.
Make it your size. Exactly. So, happy with that.
So something that you're going to want to do is make it so that it balances super easily on your piece. So lay that over, turn it over, and then you're just going to position that so that it lays super easily. And then center it. So maybe look from the side, make sure it's centered, because once you get that resin on there, it's on.
Seems pretty centered to me.
Okay, now you just add resin on top and all around it. And I would use like your brush to spread it around. Yes, that's true. You could keep it adjustable if you kept one of the sides free. I'll show you the inside of mine compared to Ainsley's, because hers is really hers is really going to be a lot smaller than mine. Her fingers are a lot smaller. So I'll show you the two variations.
I'm just gonna cure that now. Cause I have baby hands.
Just scoot your whole mat so that
I could just put it under there.
it's just going to be too close.
I'll just move the phone up.
So you can see how spread out that one is.
And you could definitely flatten the the edges of it too if you wanted to, if it's not laying right.
Yeah. So I actually did just modify, I bent mine a little bit so that it would balance really well when I was curing it. And so this is meant for like that's my middle finger size, or my index finger.
Almost there with the timer. And now he's free. So here's the one I just did.
Guess what? Oh, that one.
And then here's the one she did. So, different in size. And that's what it is on.
You want to show them the difference between those two cabs. I'm just gonna, this is gonna drive me nuts. There we go. So 2 different techniques. As you can see, the oval one was a lot easier to do than the circle one. Took a lot less time, but both gorgeously dynamic. You could also, if you wanted that look of the dragonfly wing on the back, you could do it in 2 layers where you could paint dragonfly on the back of this one as well to give that look and not have to do all the layers. So hopefully that makes sense. If you're gathering what I was saying.
Yeah.
You for sure could, Lucy, and that's a great idea. The ring, I know that we should offer the ring blanks. It's something we used to carry. I will check into that for you, Renee. Or maybe Corian would be able to tell us if we have more of those. I know there are 2 of them that come in your design mix, and I will, I'll see if we still have those. That might be something that we could do a bulk up sale with. So we'll keep our eye out for those. I'll see how many we have. I know we don't have tremendous amount of them, but we could probably do a bulk up sale with them.
If you set this and did the same thing with it, you could have a ginormous ring.
I know. Yes, you could.
You could
For
do
sure.
You could do the same thing, just back on the back of the resin.
That comes in your set. That would be amazing.
Like guys, like look at that. I have tiny fingers, so this looks even bigger than it would be.
Or like this one, right?
Yeah.
Like you could do it like that. They look even more like authentic and upscale once you put them in the setting.
They do.
So.
But yeah, that'd be so cool. So if you like a little drama, we'll flair for the drama. I was telling my mom the other day that I saw a post where this guy was like, I don't like being nonchalant. I live my life being chalant all the time.
So cute.
I feel like that's going to be my new motto.
Nonchalant. Oh, there was one more thing that Wendy wanted to show, I think, which was topping this with iridescent paint. She wasn't
What
like
color?
it was the lighter ones. So I don't know. I wasn't watching. She's not here today, so I can't ask her. So we're gonna wing it.
So we're going to do peach then.
Yeah, so I think it might have been like peach and green and like,
We're just going to start with peach for now, and we're going to see how that looks before we get too crazy. And where is my poker? It's hiding underneath here. That is where. All right.
So if you have a cab that you want to change the color of, or maybe if you have a glass cab too that's already done, you could use the same technique by backing it with the iridescent colors.
Just spreading her out. Apologies if it goes off screen, since I am pushing it around so I can get a nice layer of this on here. Okay. Our green, which we're very low on. Did we not get any?
with this last shipment?
Yeah.
Good question.
We're very low on green.
This was the only one that was over there.
That's the only bottle we have, I think.
It could have been, because we had like a whole thing of it.
Yeah.
But maybe we used it with experimenting. We had like 12 bottles or something of it, so strange.
And then where's the gold?
It should be there.
Violet, aqua, blue, peach.
Right there.
Ah.
Right in front of your eyeballs.
Actually, my head wasn't that direction.
When you turned your head that direction, right in front of your eyeballs. What would you say, Ainsley? Are we getting to the slap happy part of the live? It's like,
not
that's
quite.
you, not me. I am just doing just fine. Thank you very much. One other nice little tip is that if you have like a Clorox wipe, they're really good at getting dust and stuff out of your molds.
Oh yeah.
So if you have residue that's stuck in there or lint or whatever, just give it a quick wipe. And then you won't have stuff you don't intend to be in there in your cabochon. How's that going?
Good. I'm just wiping off my brush right now. I'm gonna add some iridescent aqua to it because I want to add some more dimension here.
Yeah, so Sherry, this is the cabochon that came in this design mix. Yeah, I think this is resin. It feels like resin. Resin with foil inside it. So if you want to change the look, you could even just drip it on. I think she had a lot on there when she did her example.
She must have, because it's not super dramatic right now.
But she had it and it looked a lot different, but I didn't watch. And I don't know what she did with the example.
Maybe we're just gonna do a bunch of like,
I would just drip a bunch of
This.
colors on.
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Just like straight from the bottle. Pour paint kind of look. That's probably good.
Just kind of let it go over the edges.
Yes, Corey, and they are great for cleaning the silicone mats too. Like once you get, helps you get that dreaded lint off. For a while, that Corian's been doing her own like editing, but for a little while I was editing some of the photos, and I was like, can you make sure there's no lint on there?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, you have to edit it out. But she's like, and then she was like, I think LOL, like it's builds up really fast here at HQ because, you know, it's not like making things and packing things isn't exactly a clean process. Or like, no, I think it was corn media, like from tumbling things that was on there actually, not lint. I was thinking it was lint, but it was tumbling media. He's like, it gets everywhere. Right.
I don't know, I tried. It mostly pulled in the center.
We'll
which
have
is
to hit
still a
Wendy
cool
up for
look.
the exact effect that she used, but all in all, I would say,
Let's see the before though,
yeah.
so we can compare. Oh no, it does look a lot different.
Yeah, I guess that did change it quite a bit.
It's just, yeah, because you can't see the foil as much
Yeah, she
behind
may have
it.
used purple, and that's the difference because she used something that was really opposite in color.
I used aqua in there though.
Yeah, pretty though. You know, sometimes subtle is good though too, right?
Yes. All right, that is everything. Don't have any final words from the peanut gallery?
I don't think so. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody.
I'll see you
Enjoy tomorrow. Shop that sale. There should be posts about it. It'll be up on the website, vintaj.com, with the promo code, which is spooky20. But we'll have that all there, and we'll be posting stuff about that as well, in case you forget the details. So you should have easy access to that code and information there. All paints, all stains for singular bottles only. So stock up on those paints and get ready for the Christmas season when you can get all cozy with your hot chocolate and everything. But yeah, so we hope you enjoyed today. Happy Halloween and have fun, guys. Bye.